Hey everyone, this is Bob with Bob CNC. I thought I'd give you a short video of my shop. Now a little history for you guys. This is where Bob CNC used to do our production. However, we have since moved to a different building, so that converted back to my personal shop. This is where I like to hang out on the weekends and where I do some of my design work and prototype work and just having fun. So here is the shop overview. Notice it's got some tables in the middle for doing projects on. Also, you see on the ceiling there's kind of a filter system. So I took some fans and it just sucks through the filter, keeps the sawdust and stuff down. So if I start maybe over on this corner, you can see this is kind of my electronic corner. Have my oscilloscope and function generator, voltmeter, soldering gun, but some Raspberry Pis and some controllers that I'm working on. This is kind of where I do all of my electronic work. I got the good oscilloscope inside, but that one works. You can see the beautiful yard that Pam takes care of through the window. So if I kind of slide down, you'll see there's a hole in the wall. That's where when we took our lasers to Bob CNC, I need to put a patch on that, I suppose. Next is my Bridgeport mill. You guys, if you've talked to me at all, you understand I love this thing. It was a running on Linux CNC, but recently I added the offline controller or the 4-axis controller that you see up there. I haven't really have much experience with it, but my initial tests show that it's going to work great, so that's awesome. Next, everybody needs a sander if you're going to do some woodworking, so I got a belt sander. Also have a metal cutoff saw that I don't use very often, but you never know when you need it. And then you guys might have noticed that blue box. If you were looking at some of our old videos, I was hoping that maybe with brown gas, i.e. taking water and turn it into hydrogen and oxygen, that you would be able to apply that with a small laser and maybe get some better cutting, with the reaction. But as it turns out, it didn't work. So I do have drill press and the grinder for doing stuff, but here's my KL7. And you can see if you're looking on the table that I got a rotary axis set up. I bought from Amazon, put on the servo motor that matches the KL7. Also, I'm working on a box. I'll do a separate video on this later to show you what's going on, but there's 5 drivers, 4 for the KL and then the extra one for the A drive. Actually putting the Raspberry Pi inside along with the new controller. So here's some of the controller iterations. This one here was our first one. You can just buy that one now, and it actually worked, but it was kind of a pain to connect up. So I thought, well, I'll make a board and turn all of the 3.3 volts into 5 volts outputs to match. But there's so much noise at startup, the machine moves around. So I went back to this one. This is the one that I'm currently testing. And you can see on the bottom here, it just has the little circuits. So only the home switches are 5 volts. So hopefully we'll see if that'll work. Again, I'll do another video later. Got a small bandsaw. Actually, Bob CNC bought a big bandsaw, so I just brought this one home. Everybody's got to have cordless drills, right? Now, I used to use this scroll saw a lot back before CNC, but honestly, it just kind of sits in the corner now. So every once in a while, I guess I give it some use. You can see some sawdust, so I must have done something there. Then if I come over here, got the lathe. I used to have a lot larger lathe, but a little metal lathe is kind of special for me. It was really one of the projects that I started on, got me to go to college and become an engineer. So I really like lathes, metal lathes. So everybody's got to have a good chop saw. And if you're a design guy, you got to buy parts a lot, and sometimes those parts don't work or the design changes, so you end up with lots of parts. So you got to have to start storing those parts somewhere. Got some sanders there too, but to go back to the parts, you can see, got some extra ball screws and stepper motors and wires and, just a whole bunch of stuff here when you start doing those things. So Bob CNC has pretty good R&D, so we can buy some stuff that we can try. So, and of course, last but not least is, there's an air conditioner in here, so that's always good. So again, that's kind of my shop. You can see I got the mostly things laid out around the side, but in the center, oh golly, I didn't even show you the LE. Now this was going to be a Bob CNC project. We were going to call it LE1 for laser engraver. Due to liability, these little lasers, we thought that, maybe we wouldn't do that. So anyway, it works. I've had it together several times, always making modifications, doing some stuff with it. But that's my shop. Hey, if you got any questions, feel free to ask.